Thank you very much. All right, let's not. I'm going live. All right, so wait for the notifications to come through. That's been forever since I've done this. All right, there we go. And all right, so we've been live for about 21 minutes. All right, so I'm gonna give it just a moment before I do my announcement here. And can't hear that. Hopefully, can't hear that fan in the background.
I can't hear it.
Okay, good. And I'm gonna mute this so there's no background noise. Still didn't come through on my computer. It's like lagging. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start introductions. So for those who don't know, my name is Melanie Renee. I go by Electrical Lessons or Aquarian Essence, and today we are going to be discussing some astrological insight on seeing not only just magical abilities, but gifts, psychic gifts in your chart, and the significance it is to get a natal chart reading or to start learning and breaking down your chart. And I have a guest here with me, Bobby Hulls, who is where are you joining us from? Where are you at in overseas there?
England. I live near Brighton in the UK.
In the UK. So, yeah. And so Bobby's a special guest. Now I've been working with Bobby. It's been about 6 years. And hey, Steph. We're gonna get a lot of fire engine here. And so I'm going to be using his chart. We're going to talk about his chart. We're going to talk about some significant things in it, as well as things that you can look for in your own chart. We're going to answer some questions. We're going to be doing some live readings. I have it up on the scroll there for if you want to pay for reading $20 to get reading from both events. And I'm going to just kind of get to the comments here. Steph, make sure you call me later today so we can talk. All right. And Spiritual Gorilla, doing good for yesterday was the 13th, and that's always a good lucky day, so that's a plus. And it's almost Thanksgiving, that's another plus. So if you guys give me just a moment here, I'm going to share out here, and I'm just going to start with I'm just going to bombard Bob with some questions, and we're going to actually I'm going to show his chart and just show some aspects, and again answer some questions. And I'm going to just point out some of my most favorite things that I see in charts when I'm in session, and that's always seems to just like it's like a theme. Like I've like, for example, like 12th house moons. Like I've noticed like people that have 12th house moons or Pisces moons, there's always like a common theme, but there might be some significance and differences, which is great because Steph, you have a Pisces moon, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. And we're gonna talk about some of my favorite aspects in Bobby's chart. And we're going to go a few things, and then Bobby's going to talk about just things like with they call it things related to his chart in his life, and as well as being a psychic medium himself. So, all right. And if you guys have any problems hearing me or anything like that, just let me know. Electronics hate me as much as I love them. And so, let's see. Yeah, so astrology is my first language. Not only do I do private sessions, but I also mentor, and I also have a small it's a small mid-size apprentice group with a lot of people that study under me, tutor, do all of that. So shout out to the fishy moons. Yes, Pisces moon. I love talking about Pisces moon. Pisces moons and Scorpios are probably like my most favorite. Oh, and Sagittarius. Well, I won't say Sagittarius is my favorite, but I just I know a lot of stuff about Sagittarius. I'm always giving out like secrets and always chewing their asses. Like I have a Sagittarius here with me. My mom's Sagittarius. So I'm always dropping some gems about them. But I will talk about Pisces moon. Just because it's significant, because Bobby here has a 12th house sun, which is basically holds a lot of that same energy as Pisces moons. And we'll talk about Uranus and Saturn, two of my favorite planets. So I'm going to start with, all right, Bobby. So how long? Okay, so how long would you say you've been doing readings, like not only just tarot readings and energy readings and mediumship?
So I can't really give an exact count, to be honest. But one of my fondest memories was when I was younger. My mum told me that I used to borrow items from people. So I'd go to their house, borrow and then give the item back. Let to psychometry, essentially, which was quite interesting. But yeah, an actual time figure in regards to what I've been doing, like not really a thing. It's not really like a hard and fast started here, like sort of thing. It's different. It's not, like when can anyone really say like they knew when they started anyway? It's just like,
How old were you
you
when
never
you
really
knew
know.
that you were different and that you saw the world and operated in the world differently than everybody else?
From a very, very young age. Very young age. So in
No, I have
regards
to ask.
to go, yeah.
I want to ask how many times have you died in this lifetime? Like
Not
actually
enough.
flatlined.
No, I'm joking. So a few. I think about 5. I think. Yeah, it's about 5 now. Yeah, but
Well, the reason why I ask is when people have near-death experiences or actually do flatline and they get pulled back, it's like a lot that's on the other realms gets pulled back with them. So, and a
yeah,
lot of times it does like not only just jumpstart things for people, but sometimes amplify and it changes your
yeah,
energy. So it's like every time you come back, you're bringing more of all the energy. Not only that, but a lot more of your soul essence, your spirit essence, your all of that back into this realm with you. So it kind of just amplifies not only your energy but your vibration as well.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I had some conversations with like numerologists and astrologists at fairs and stuff I've done, and excuse the language, but some guy was like, "How the fuck did you do it? Um, how did you manage to do that? Well, whatever experiences you've had, you've managed to transform it into something that it should be, but it is." So yeah, cool. And he was thoroughly impressed. I wasn't really too sure what he meant at the time, but I'm still not. Um, but yeah, it's just an observation made by someone that obviously reads energy. So I kind of took it on board and sort of.
Now, um,
Look at the rings. Yeah.
now I'm gonna pull up your chart here momentarily, but now with being connected into the other realms, what is like the biggest struggle for you to keep yourself grounded in this realm from because I know like a lot of people especially when they're just getting used to it, trying to get into the motion of everything, they complain about being bothered by spirits or other people's energies. So what do you do to kind of block all of that out? Net says hi. So what do you do to keep yourself grounded in this realm and not getting carried away into the other realms or bothered by the other realms? Oh, I think Bobby froze on us. Oh, yep, he froze. It's like this. uh, uh, no, still. All right, let's see here. Oh, there he is.
Yeah,
All
there
right,
we
he's
go.
back.
Yeah, so the things I struggle with, nothing really. I think everyone has a unique perspective on what energy is, what magic is, what occult stuff is. So I guess my bugbear or difficulty it's just like standing alone. I think a lot of people really struggle to stand alone in any kind of practice, especially when they look for practices and such, because they feel alone anyway, right? So that they'll go and seek out places to find structure and find a method which works, and yeah, and then they find that they learn the method, unlearn the method, so they can do that on their own and then evolve it and expand upon it. But yeah, it's not the easiest thing to do, but it's definitely one of the best things you'll ever do in your life. So it's a really
Now,
weird way to answer that question, but yeah.
well, if you're saying like solitude, like surrounding into a solitude, because that's true. People, the first thing people usually do is try to connect with other people. Like-minded people, are people that that understands or share within the experience. But so you're saying
Yeah.
do the opposite to basically, and that's completely like a total 12th house sun thing. Because one thing with 12th house suns and moons is a lot of their official training, I like to say, comes from the other realms, usually like during dream realm. There are people that usually do find happiness in the solitude and being like behind scenes and everything, and they've had to learn not only just in childhood but just in life in general that the only person you can really depend on to be there is yourself, and if you can't be there for yourself, then you're pretty much screwed.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
Now you have like a double whammy because you have that 12th house sun and an 8th house moon, and those are two houses that are very much about seclusion and oh just not being able to operate within the world like everybody else. And it's also brings in a lot of trials and tribulations, a lot of tests, a lot of bullshit. Not only just bullshit, but a lot of transformation through not only yourself but people. Now, let's see here. So you went from so doing readings, and also you had crystals. What made you get into wanting to sell crystals and have your own crystal shop?
So
What was the thing that made
crystals
you like?
crystals are a really interesting one. I didn't really give it too much thought until I just happened upon that thought stream and decided to take a dip. And I realized that with crystals, they have their certain vibrations and their certain quirks, and they can teach you a lot because, like, unlike humans try to analyze everything and try to make sense of something, and humans are fallible, right? They can get it wrong. But the thing is with crystals is that you can learn from the energies, and it gives you a stable platform in which to connect to energy and learn it through and through. So you can go to it on a day where you're having a good day and you can check out its energy, and you can go to it on a bad day. You can also learn how your energy interacts with other people or other beings or the environment. So there's a lot of really, really good things to learn from it. I actually think that crystals are massively, massively, massively underused, and under like researched, and a lot of people just want to lap up the, for lack of a better word, crystal dogma that's out there at the moment, where they tell you how they should be used. And I know that it makes great structure. Everyone loves structure, right? I've got a lot of Saturn in my chart. I love structure, but at the same time, if you're not building upon that structure, then that structure is just going to be your prison and not a platform in which to expand from. So, yeah, crystals are cool. If you ever get into gin magic, they're really good, super good. They also make amazing talismans, and you can do a lot with them. So, like, we'll probably get into it later in regards to like talismans and stuff. But yeah, they're really good.
No, that's kind of interesting that you said that about like with gens, because I actually had a session last night with somebody who had made a deal with a gen, and it was kind of like the big highlight of the session. Now I did not know that working with crystals helps with gen energy. Now you went from so crystals, and then now your new avenue of things is artwork. What does artwork do for you in regards to
Artwork. Artwork is it. It literally is it. Any form of art. I used to do music a long time ago before I picked the occult back up, and I always found there was something about transferring your thoughts into something that which could be projected out and affect a large number of people in a short amount of time and go straight to the core. So it just bypasses the conscious mind and into the subconscious, and I think that's where the real learning happens, to be honest. So in regards to art, it's a way for me to channel stuff onto paper. It's a way for parts of my consciousness that I might not necessarily be aware of to come out, and for me to explore them. I hate concepts, right? I can't stand them,
I,
but
yeah,
but
I remember.
archetypes are legit, and I think there's a
Yes.
stark difference between a concept and an archetype. Um,
Now, archetypes is what got me into astrology as a kid. Was learning that the zodiac signs were basically just like archetypes in psychology,
yeah,
and because of you, concepts, that SpongeBob meme, concepts, keyword,
yeah, I remember this.
yeah.
Yeah.
I make a lot of memes from off of our conversations that we have. But so with the archetypes, so when it comes to archetypes, like astrologically, what would you say is your favorite archetype? Now, I do want to put out there that Bobby is a Taurus Sun, Gemini rising, and an eighth house Capricorn moon conjunct Uranus, Neptune, North Node, and Saturn. He's got all that Capricorn energy just all conjunct in his eighth house with a 12th house sun. So and 12th house suns are some of my favorites. So you are not a normal Taurus by any means, like at all. Like you show off your Gemini rising probably more than you do your Taurus energy and your Capricorn energy a lot. But so with
Yeah.
archetypes, what is your favorite astrological archetype?
So it's gonna kind of come about in a really weird way, and I implore you after to go and check out this person's chart, not because I've checked them out myself, but because I think it would actually bring out a like really interesting evening or conversation. Um, with yourself, obviously, and you can nerd out for years over this. So I'm not sure if you're aware of Clint Eastwood. I think it was Dirty Harry, the cowboy film. It would be him. If I could just go him as an archetype, it would be him. He goes in, he gets the job done, he doesn't take any shit, and that's it. Then he goes and does what he needs to do in another town. Like he doesn't. Yeah, basically.
Oh my God! So all right, so Clint Eastwood. Now I gotta check this out. So, no, he's a very strict man too. Like he's
Yeah,
got a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
of rules.
Yeah, it's cool.
Let's see. Um,
It's the same in Gran Torino to a lesser extent, but if you look at the evolution of Clint Eastwood as an actor, and then kind of just look at his chart, like yeah, I don't know.
oh, that's kind of. I would never imagine. Oh my God, I would have never. May 31st, 1930. He is a
Gemini,
Gemini. I would have never.
yeah,
I thought he'd be like a Taurus or a Capricorn. I would have never thought for him to be an airy, like fun going. Like I, I, I don't see Gemini anywhere in that. Oh my God, he's a Gemini. Ain't that some shit? Like now,
yeah,
that's a pretty strong archetype. And it's a very rare one too. Kind of Eastwood. Now, what would you say? What is your most least favorite archetype? Like one that you think should be thrown into the volcano?
uh, I would probably say the Diddy Daddler in like zombie films. If we go into pop culture now, the Diddy Daddler is and the one that's like gets too up in their head about stuff. So it could be any of the air signs on a bad day, but most of the time it's Pisces. Like a negative Pisces traits. They're yeah, yeah,
Pisces.
yeah,
Okay, so
yeah,
that you come though the one that's like too overly emotional and it comes up with all these different scenarios that's just like doomed.
yeah. It's kind of that or Aquarius. So like I know you're Aquarius, whatever, but let's like talk like as grown ups. It's like that whole when you get caught up in the. It's like a cyclone, right? your own cyclone and the walls are up and you can't see anything. But you're still screaming from inside the cyclone that you're right and you know the way out. When the only danger that there's actually surrounding you is yours, and no one else is actually in danger. It's really weird. But I've encountered this
Now,
so many times.
somebody asked what the name of that documentary was with Clint. What's the name of the documentary with Clint Eastwood?
Grand film. It's not a documentary.
Oh, you're breaking up. Say it one more time.
You keep skipping out actually. Gran Torino is a film, not a documentary. There is a documentary about No, but I don't know what it is. So yeah. But yeah.
Oh,
So
all right. So,
Clint Eastwood
oh, this
is
makes
the
sense.
man.
Okay, so here we go. This, all right. So Clint Eastwood has Saturn and Capricorn, and let's see here. You have Saturn 6 degrees in Aquarius, conjunct to your. It's like right there on your Capricorn stellium. So there it is. Because like Saturn would be Clint Eastwood would be a really good example to explain Saturn. Very serious,
Yeah.
very driven. Just only speaks when it's something important. Doesn't deal with a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
That's very much that Saturn Capricorn. Now to touch a little bit base like with your chart and Saturn. Now Saturn is considered the crone. Saturn rules over death, time, delays, hard work. Saturn, they always say like Saturn's all work and no play, but that's not actually true.
Yeah.
Now your Saturn in the ninth house. Now you just got done going. Well, you're still kind of in with that Saturn return. Now Saturn structure. So with you liking Saturn, is it because of the structure and because of the having to work hard and before playing hard and being disciplined? Like is that like oh, that has to be like your Taurus talking. So why Saturn over like any of the other planets?
Saturn is just, they don't fuck around like at all. And you mentioned at the start of the talk that I've done a lot in the space of a short amount of time, and it's not that anyone else hasn't had the same amount of time as me. They've just wasted it basically, or they haven't applied themselves to what they actually want. And Saturn's just like, strip away all the stuff. Once you strip away all the stuff, what do you want? And then you'll learn. And then you learn what you want. And if you want to apply yourself to it, and if you really want it, you can get it. But if you don't, like, don't. And I've also found he's a harsh master. But the thing is that not because of what he'll do to you, but he points out your flaws. And he's like, well, you said you wanted this, right?
That constant
Like,
reminder.
yeah, you said you wanted this. And if you don't want this, then I'm not forcing you to have it anymore, right? But yeah. It's like the one. Okay, so one of the best sort of universal examples that I can give you right now is driving past, driving on a road in a quite deprived area and seeing like 50 or 100 houses half built or a quarter built, and also bearing in mind like a homelessness crisis at the same time as seeing those houses half built. And then you think, well, if only people would have just stuck to their word and finished what they started, it could have helped like a problem, and it could have fixed that problem. But now we've got two problems, you know? Um, so it's positive. I think Saturn is one of the most positive things in astrology. Um, and it's, yeah, a lot of people give it a lot of shit, and they're like, oh, you have Saturn in your chart, blah, 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 blah. Fine. Who cares? Like, it's like, how are you going to use it, right? And I think just while we're on this subject, I think like a lot of people are obsessed with like the ins and outs of astrology or whatever. And ceremonial magic, we would call those people armchair magicians. They want to learn everything about the theory, but they don't want it to put it to practice. The reason why I love Saturn is because he puts it into practice, and that's what you need.
Like a sink or swim.
Yeah. basically.
Now, Saturn, I've always been fond of Saturn. Well, I'm an Aquarius, so I'm Saturn ruled, Saturn Uranian ruled. One thing that I've always loved about Saturn was it's it was given basically like the most hardest task to oversee when it came to all the other planets. And like my most favorite story about Saturn was so it's through Vedic. So Saturn's father is the sun, but the sun, so like the sun and the moon had separate whatever. So and they were having a little affair, and then Saturn was born, and the sun did not want to claim Saturn as a child, so kept it casted it out far out away. So that's why Saturn's out like in the outer areas of our solar system. And
Yeah.
so when it came time for Saturn to learn, mystical knowledge, spiritual knowledge, and all that, he was supposed to go to Jupiter, and Jupiter was supposed to be Saturn's mentor. But Jupiter being pretentious and and it just Jupiter
Yeah.
changed his mind on wanting to mentor Saturn and threw Saturn back out in the cold. And so Venus came along, and the thing. So Jupiter and Venus are both gurus, are both spiritual, like advisors, spiritual teachers, all of that. So we've got so Venus and Jupiter. Now Jupiter believes that like people that are enlightened, people that are in a certain hierarchy or a certain archetype or whatever should only learn like the teachings and knowledge of like spiritual things, where Venus believes that everybody in all things have the right to learn all the knowledge and basically the secrets of the universe. And so Venus took Saturn in and basically mentored Saturn. And at the end of the mentorship, Saturn was gifted by Venus not only the powers of time, old age, delay, death. Like a lot of people think that Saturn's the Reaper. Venus is actually the Reaper because death is actually seen through Venus ruled houses.
Yeah.
So people, think Venus is about love and relationships. No, Venus is a bad bitch. She's the one that instilled all the gifts onto Saturn. And graduated Saturn. So she mentored Saturn, and Saturn, that was one thing that people don't realize. Like, so Saturn and Venus aspects, it can be really harsh, but they're actually not really harsh. They're just like hard lessons to learn to basically better you in the long run. And and Saturn also rules over witches, and that's why Saturn's the crone. Saturn actually is you can think of Saturn kind of like a transgender, because Saturn's actually a female kind of female. I always kind of like picture it as like female, like the Monopoly old man with a cane, and walks with a limp, and basically, when you ask it a question, just beats you with his little cane to get out of its way, and yells at children to go get a job, So that's how I've always pictured Saturn. But Saturn actually, Saturn actually believes in if you work hard, then you can play hard. When you accomplish something, then you can be rewarded. Because Saturn loves being in certain signs, like it loves being in earth signs, it loves being air signs, it has a hard time at fire signs, and has a hard time with Leo or Leo aspects, like right now in opposition to Leo, because Saturn's about like the many, the coming together. That's why it's exalted in like Libra and seventh house, because it's like it's not about the me, it's about the we. So so Saturn is about community work and working with others and coming together and team building and finishing up projects and all that, where like other planets maybe not so much as like Saturn, but Saturn actually has a lot of very soft and very positive energies about it. But it's about basically becoming headstrong before lollygagging around, and it rewards very much so. I mean, Saturn also like Saturn returns. That went off. Like Saturn returns. Like I had an amazing Saturn return, where most people have a hard time with Saturn returns.
Yeah, mine was probably one of the best times of my life as well. I loved it, like every single
Saturn return. Your Saturn return got a little bit of, well, a lot of like that Uranian energy in it, because with Uranus going into Taurus, so not only did you have a Saturn return, but you also had to deal with Uranus conjunct to your sun, as well as the Uranus in your 8th house on your moon. So I mean, your Saturn return was very Uranian more than Saturnian.
Yep.
So what's the most prominent thing that you did during your Saturn return?
I can't remember a single thing of it. I just remember loving it.
You can't. I can. Your Saturn return. Before your Saturn return, we we went over your chart, and I noticed a lot of the different things in your chart, not only just with your psychic abilities, but also your magical abilities. During your Saturn return, I think was probably one of the most highlighted, most amplified times I think that you dove in deep into into magic. Not only just magic, but energy work.
Yeah.
You yeah, you were a trooper. Like most people, like bitch and complain and moan and about their Saturn return or things aren't going right in their life, and you just kind of like you not only just hit the books, but you were doing it. I remember your Saturn return like right before in the start. I mean, you're still kind of in that energy because Saturn's still in Aquarius, but like I said, it's been very Uranian. You've been doing like a lot of things during your Saturn return, more than what most people do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been cool. It's kind of like I had a lot of things on the back burner, like I knew I wanted to do. But to be honest, uh, I saw a lot of stuff online of people just exploring stuff, and it just really bored me. I was like, oh, if this is what it's all about, then I don't want anything to do with it. And then just but having that, I joined the Magic Warrior as well for a brief time, and then quit them because they're a bunch of assholes. But for a very like, how do I put this? It basically, through seeing what I didn't want, it made me delve back into like my root, like primordial essence, if that makes sense. And then once I did that, like it was just like, let's fucking go, like let's go right now, like everything, all guns blazing, all pistons firing, whatever. So yeah, it was cool.
Now,
It was
go to
really
the
cool.
comments. Everybody's
Worked with
commenting
a
of.
lot of deities and stuff like that as well, which was really fun. And got to explore some.
Now, with the different deities, like what would you say is your favorite deities that you've
I
worked
don't. I
with?
literally don't. I literally don't have one.
You don't have a
Um,
favorite?
no. Just because they. The thing is, when you say a particular deity is your favorite, people like to go, "Oh, I want a relationship with that deity," and then they'll meet that deity where they're at, and that deity will basically be like, "Fuck off, you're shit," and I don't want to work with you. And then they'll get really disheartened, and they'll run away, and they'll never want to work with that deity again. Um, so yeah, yeah, I've literally had an experience like that not too long ago with myself, and I went away and did some stuff and came back, and the deity was like, "Yeah, you're right,
So
you're
you don't
cool."
have a favorite. I would assume that the Egyptian ones would be your favorite,
Nah, I mean they're all
like
right, but it fits a purpose. Like I don't see the point.
of playing favoritism with energy.
I like them all.
Basically.
Like they're cool, right? They're cool. The thing is, it's just like Liana McCoy just made a comment. Yeah, not fun, especially when throws others in the mix. It's not about that for me. Not about that at all. The way I see it is like you could have millions of friends, and you could have friends in the Wiccan community or the like Luciferian community and stuff like that. Like none of them have to fucking get along, right? You don't have to talk to all of them at once in like a conference call. You phone one up when you want to phone one up, and you just don't discuss them with the other one. That's as simple as it gets. And yeah, it's like even with altars and like it didn't annoy me, but I was like, there's other ways of thinking about stuff. If you have altars set up, so say like I don't know, let's pick a few random deities thingy. So a load of people like are massively into the Indian stuff. So you got like what like Ganesha, Kali, pick a couple of Egyptian ones, why not? Anubis and Horus, whatever, right? So you got these things set up in your house. It's your house. And this is a very good, very important thing. It's your house. Like you're invoking the energy in. That's your energetic space. And although you're paying like fealty to them and making offerings and so on and so forth, that's your energetic space. So they should be respectful of you in the
Yeah, you think people
exact same
hand
way
over too much of their
you're
power?
respectful of them. They need to understand that you might only have it. Yeah, you might just have to understand that you've got one cupboard, and if you want to connect with them, make offerings to them, that's the only place you have to do it. But
Now,
if you go online and like follow the basic stuff of like, oh, you can't have like I don't know, Ganesha and Mother Teresa next to each other because they'll start beating each other to a pulp with like religious icons. Like Ganesha's gonna lob his like bowl of fruit at you, or his mouse is gonna jump on like Saint Bloody Anthony's head and start gnawing his eyes out. Like it's you know what I mean. it's your energy, like you're putting that energy onto it. So if you're creating conflict between deities, then you're creating conflict. They're not creating conflict with each other. If they exist as archetypes anyway, within that particular region or that particular thing, you know, like the archetypes are not going to fight each other. They might do. Who knows? When you go to sleep, they might come alive like Toy Story or something and start beating each other up. But yeah.
I was gonna go in the comments here. Beck had said something about Saturn. Now Beck has Saturn conjunct her Sun. Now that's like having Saturn like all up in your lap and being a Leo. Like I was gonna give her shit because like being a Leo, Leo, wants to be on that ego and all the energy, and Saturn's just like But then she's got Jupiter in her fifth that says, okay, go ahead, you can do it. But having Saturn like on your Sun, Moon, first house, certain aspects, it basically makes you grow up real quickly, like real quick. It's like you're basically like a young adult. Like I always say, people that have Saturn in the first house, like children with Saturn first house, I say yes ma'am, no ma'am to them because they're basically just elders in little people bodies. And then Liana says she's got Saturn and Aries in her 12th house. Now Saturn does not like being in Aries. That's one of Saturn's least favorite placements to be. And and you have it in the 12th house. And having Saturn in the 12th house, not only is it a karmic placement, but people with Saturn in the 12th take on a lot of other people's energies and karma, and they clear a lot of that out, so that so a lot of the shit that they go through is other people's shit. Also having Saturn in the 12th house too can make it hard for like at the start to connect into like those other realms and to actually get on like that spiritual path. But once you do, it grounds you there. It like places you there nice and firm. But it's like it's no joke. Saturn on your Sun, Moon, 12th house, in a huge stellium, especially if it's the ruling planet in that stellium. It's like having like that big brother over the shoulder, just like right there. It's just like that constant like that on the shoulder. Like there's no demon, no angel on the shoulder. It's just Saturn. It's and a lot of times like hard times, but like so you have to grow up real quickly.
Yeah.
Well, just reading the comments.
It's really interesting with Saturn is when you said about that. It's like growing up as a Saturn and having that kind of Saturn energy. You do know best, and you spend a lot of time basically having what like your divine wisdom or.
Saturn makes you spend time alone. Saturn will put you in solitude, where South Node will separate you, and Saturn will like suppress you or keep you from things. Like Andrea's got Saturn on her Sun in the 8th house, and that's like why like Andrea is still yet to like let her hair down and go wild, go crazy. Like she's like one of those. She's like that good little girl like who is still yet to cuss and have a sip of wine, and that's because that Saturn on her Sun. It's like so. It forces you into an avenue of life to where you don't get to like be just all wild, carefree and everything. No, you have to be responsible. You have to be not only just practical and rational, but you have to understand that there are consequences to not only just consequences but also rewards to whatever actions that you take in life. And it's like, and you just don't get to escape from it. It's like that, just like a moral compass made of steel.
Yeah, you have to be better, and it's really annoying because sometimes you really don't want to be, and then you definitely get your ass beat if you stray from that. So yeah.
Just a little notes here. Now you have like we talked about your chart being like you have like some rare aspects in your chart. I only have like a handful, not too many of them. Now, North Node conjunct your Moon, and you have a real tight conjunction in a stellium. I'm going to show it here, and like I said, like you're have another male, but you're the only male chart that I have with that North Node on Moon that has the other strong aspects to it. Everybody else are all females. Now, having the North Node on your Moon, not only does it amplify things, but North Node on Moon can not only give you foresight, but it gives you an amplified foresight, and it also amplifies because the North Node like, makes things expand. It also like expands your energy. It also North Node on Moon also makes it to where like women usually, not really a theme, but women are really prominent, really like a significance in your life. And so for other women, they might have a lot of mother figures or a lot of women that connect to you in life. But for men, it's more like you want to move out to a cabin and like set up like you want to set out like electrical shock things like all around to keep people away, because it's like it's like they get a whiff of your energy and they just basically just want to Pac-Man it.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Oh, so it's really hard for men with North Node on Moon, especially certain placements. Like you have it in your eighth house. Um, there we go. Right there. Right, conjunct to your Neptune, which is Neptune is planet for like the spiritual realm, and then also connected to Uranus. So not only do you have like the gift of foresight and advanced foresight, so it's like you could see things coming like beyond like miles and miles away. With it on Neptune, it also connects you into the spiritual realm as well as amplifies your dreams, and with it also in the stellium with Uranus, also amplifying because wherever Rahu is, it amplifies everything. Your channeling ability. So not only your channeling ability, but to be able to not just channel, but to acquire information. Like I said, you're a cheetah to your pumpkin eater, because not too many people I've witnessed channel astrological shit and know astrological stuff without looking into a book. Like I said, I really know a handful of people, and so I remember that post I made on my Facebook, and or no, or yeah, it was a post I made on my Facebook, and it was about an aspect, and then you went into it and you were like on point. I was just like, oh my god, this motherfucker cheated. You channel that. Like I said, not too many people channel information. So that's Uranus. So
Yeah.
Uranus, Neptune, your moon, and that North Node all just amplified there. And also with the eighth house and your 12th house sun also opens up the realm of not just spiritual realm, but mediumship and astral travel. Like it's a hard aspect to
astral traveling is always a fun one. It's my new project actually to perfect.
What, you have astral traveling?
I do. Yeah, I'm trying to perfect it at the moment.
Perfect it how? Like
Wizard never tells. I can't tell
like
you that.
okay, how to say it?
Yeah.
Because I know, okay, first of all, I know that you don't just astral travel. I've busted you shadow walking. I've a couple of times, not only shadow walking.
Yeah.
How do I put this? You are how many thousand miles away? And I've literally remember. Okay, I was in the kitchen. I was cooking something, and you asked me about my ribs, and I was like, "How do you know that about my ribs?" Because you saw this, and then you asked if I wanted you to do any work on my knee, and I was like, "Sure, yeah, go ahead." And then like instantly, like this energy came in, and then the energy left, and when it left, everything on my knee left with it. And I like literally stopped in my tracks, and I'm like, this motherfucker, like. So when I say perfect astral traveling, I mean, what is it? What I mean, the only thing that there's left to do is transform it, because I think you've pretty much mastered it.
There's a lot you can do. So yeah. The human brain's only
You're
so
not allowed
big.
to go out and move planets around and shit like that, right? You know that, right?
No comment.
No comment. Now, recently I've noticed you've been doing something that I used to nag at you about a lot about teaching and mentoring. You know, like because you were so hesitant. I wasn't really too hyped on the idea, and now you're actually sharing some knowledge. You're actually being more Gemini and less eighth house with because eighth house rules over secrets. Like you're actually sharing some knowledge and some skills, which is something I know that you're very, very hesitant to do for 2018, 19, 20, so 3-4 years.
It was like 2018.
You discussed it a lot, and you were always hesitant.
Yeah, so 2018, I set up some online circles, online development groups, and I was channeling Thoth. So I brought Thoth in. It was one of like the first deities I ever like properly worked with, officially worked with. So I had like a really bad experience. It was like horrendous. So I people like clients of mine enlisted. They're like, yeah, I want to learn everything else, and it was like it was teaching them stuff, but the stuff that was coming through was quite good. Like I thought it was quite good personally, and it wasn't until I looked back on it that I realised it was still pretty good. So I had them all saved on my Facebook account, and when I looked back, it was it wasn't actually how I translated the information to people. It was how they interpreted it. basically, and it was really weird. Like, it's a really strange experience. I taught people how to create spirit animals. I taught people like a load of stuff. It was like a crash course in spiritual stuff, basically, woo woo, as the term goes.
Okay.
And then
All right.
it was like,
I had to get my charger.
it's not about
Oh, you're breaking up a little bit. You sound a little bit robotic there for a second.
turn it into self-help manual. This thing, like the weirdest thing. So
Oh,
it
you
really
were
put me
breaking up
off
there a little
for
bit.
a
Would you repeat the
long,
last part?
long time, basically.
Repeat the last part. You were breaking up.
I just didn't want to do it anymore. And I thought if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it on my own terms, and I need to get it perfect before I go back out there and do it.
Oh, and we just lost him. It's China blizzard and everything here. Probably wonder what the weather's like there. All right. I want to thank everybody that's, for joining, and let me see. We'll go through the comments. I've been trying to kind of look at everybody's comments here. Let's see. Here he's back. There we go. There you are. I knew we were going to lose it. You're breaking up. You're sounding like Mr. Roboto talking on a electronic machine.
Because chatting shit, so I didn't want me to say it. What was the last thing you heard?
Like, that's all I heard. That's it. Now you said something. You like to perfect it, and so you keep doing it over and over again until you get it, until you perfected it to yourself. But before that, you were breaking up for a couple of minutes there.
Yeah. So I wanted to perfect it. I don't know if you can hear me, by the way, because your video's cut off. I don't know what you're doing in the background, but it's messing with your connection. So.
I can't read the frame,
Is that working now?
There you
go. I don't know what you're doing. Like, stop downloading people's charts or something. So yeah, it's I'm sort of to perfect it really. So yeah.
Now, when it comes to so mastering, we're still breaking up a little bit there. Now, with mastering, with magic, what is the avenue of magic that you would like to master, that you want to perfect?
I want to do it to my standards.
Oh, I think froze again. See your new comments there. Working with there we go. I knew we were going to lose them. Working with energy, and energies need tools. So learning the tools to perfect using energy. That's good. Yep. Hey, Janet. I've been trying to, let's see here. I know Bobby's kind of one of those that it would take quite a few lives just to dig in real deep into his stuff, but it's kind of nice being able to expose him a little bit, like, there's little different avenues of stuff. Oh, there he is.
Whoa. I don't know what's happening. I think you're downloading something. I don't know.
I shouldn't be downloading anything. My battery's low. Sometimes my phone's an asshole when my battery's low.
That's probably it.
On my desktop, but
yeah. Just go on your desktop while you're doing it. Switch it over. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to perfect it. Jumping back in there. I always teach people how I wanted to teach people, and not how people wanted to be taught. If that makes sense. It's like going back to what I was saying earlier. If you're just gonna keep giving the same stuff over and over again, no one's gonna bring anything new to the table. So, yeah, it's really cool, like the Saturn returns and stuff like that, or anything, any sort of Saturn works with you. It's because obviously he wants to teach you in a very specific way, and I don't actually think he teaches anyone, or she, sorry, teaches everyone the same way. Because it's like, right, I'm going to chisel you all down into your own unique forms of whatever it is. So then you can all sort of talk and learn from each other, So yeah, pretty cool.
My keyboard came unplugged. That was my keyboard. Oh. All right, let me see here if I can do this before my phone starts active. Yeah, I think it's. Come on. Some technical. Of course, I have to have technical difficulties. The Rage Against the Machines. I swear to God, that's the story of my life.
I'll tell you about an experiment that I did the other day. Once it
An
starts up
experiment?
again. Yeah, I was spreading sigils around where I live.
And oh boy, so forgive me if everything cuts out. That's my bad. Like my desktop is
Yeah.
Okay. My keyboard. No, I hate this new keyboard. All right. So if my phone goes dead, I will restart back up again on my desktop. So
Yeah.
because we're gonna do readings as well after discussion.
Yeah. Sure.
I could totally just toss this thing out the freaking window right about now. I should.
So I'm just reading through the comments.
Okay.
Beck said a good
I like
teacher
what Beth
adapts.
said.
Yeah, she said a good teacher adapts to the student and not the other way around. I kind of agree and disagree, but a good teacher isn't being a good teacher if they're teaching something that someone else has already taught, are they? So, yeah, adaptation
According to your student.
adaptation is absolutely key. But it's like if you say I want to teach someone psychic defense,
You also
and
have to
then
be
they're
willing
like,
to learn.
"What was that? Sorry."
You have to be willing to learn as well. Like a
Yeah,
test
yeah,
taker
yeah.
they know everything.
Yeah, it's like teach a curriculum that you want to teach, and then yeah, if the student has questions about how to deal with it, then adapt it to the student. But you have to meet the student where they're at. You can't just go in with the same crap every time because you're going to get students that fail. I mean, if you look at the education system, yeah, so they want to teach the same students everything, and there's students that need individual help, and it's not being given. So, yeah.
Well,
It all depends on success rate, doesn't it, with like students and stuff. So if you have like a high success rate with students and they feel valued, and they're actually developing, then I would take that as a success.
all right, that's shutting down and just reloading it back up again. All right, so hopefully my phone stays in there. Leon, I just have to remember, I guess. You either have to remember or you have to guess.
Yeah. I've been good, Andrea. Thank you.
I'm still not astrology, but I'm creating tools for me to. And you know what? The best way for astrology is observational. That's why, like, you notice, like, like in a group chat or like when we're talking, I'll bring up like a lot of examples or significance of something, because like I've learned that people start to catch on when I'm repetitive about certain things, or like if I explain something astrologically and they don't understand, um, and after a while, then it catches on. But learning at your own pace too, and learning in areas that's like that gets your interest that that you're going to be able to remember. But I love the fact that you want to learn the houses because to me, I think the houses are the most significant thing. Then I mean, like they're like the foundation of everything. But learning at your own. That's why I have said learning at your own pace. So that way you're not trying to cram a bunch of crap in like you do in college, but learning at your own pace so then you can remember and having that's why I like visuals, like having like examples and like so whenever I'm pointing out stuff in your chart, I like show you what I'm looking at, and or breaking down a chart. So learning that it's like basically aligned to you. So I definitely agree there, where you have to teach them according to your student. Okay, laptop is gonna go out the freaking window. Well, maybe if I plug it in, it might work, right? Okay. All right. Operator error. I know. It's a human error called Melanie. Oh, you bastard. I'll try this again. I did this when I hooked up earlier. All right, so like I said, if I lose everybody, I'm gonna jump right back on. But you have to learn a connection with the student, otherwise there's no point. Right, not only just you have to learn a connection, but you also have to understand too, like not everybody's gonna learn the same. And not all students are. That's one thing I hate about the school system is it's like robotic. It's like because not everybody can learn at the same pace. And it has to be interesting.
Sure.
School should always be interesting.
Yeah. I try not to get
Bobby,
too
how was
caught
school
up in
for
the
you?
politics.
You being a Taurus and Gemini combination, did you love school or were you bored in school?
Bored. Extremely bored. Because it was like, and I was actually gonna like cover this while we were discussing teaching and stuff like that. I found teaching people, some people move faster than other people, some move slower than others. So yeah, basically. But I found that in some subjects I was quite fast at, others I was slow, but because it was like moving in like a group mentality, sometimes you got held back, and like when you got held back, it was just like I was wanting to like so bored, so bored. So
do you know what your IQ is?
What's that? Sorry.
Do you know what your IQ is?
Yeah. No, I don't know. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, Liana, I completely agree.
Liana says, at least for me, anyways, if you're not that thrilled about what they are teaching or don't really know, I'm like, really? Oh, Annette says, I was bored in school. Then they put alphabets in my math and I got pens. See, I love math. Math was my shit. Like I was in advanced math in junior high. I was in my top three, in the top three in college for math. Like numbers was my shit. And then my brain did this whole switch thing and then wanted to do writing and English and history. But no, math was my language for a long time.
One of my greatest things is one of my greatest regrets is not learning more about math, especially when it comes to planetary magic. Yeah, I could have got a free crash course for many years in mathematics, but I was an idiot and didn't really think I'd be a magician when I grew up. So yeah, I was a bit of a twat.
Just the formulas. I can't remember it anymore.
Oh, I know, right? Liana, 100%. Oh, sorry. What was that? Sorry.
No. I'm just rambling. No, just like with the quadratic formula. Now, now you said you wish you would have learned more math, but you're a musician though, so.
But it was a natural. It's like a natural thing, like rhythms and all that. It's like even in Hermetic philosophy, like you have the law of rhythm and blah blah blah. So you just have to tap into what's already there. It's like a lot of unlearning. Just quickly, I'm just going to ask this question. So, or not question, sort of statement. Yeah, like 100%. If people aren't passionate about what they're learning, like, what the fuck are they teaching? Honestly, like if they've got to the point where they want to teach, but they're not being passionate about it, yeah, they can fully fuck off. Yeah, 100%, Liana, 100%. So that's a lot of what I had with students and stuff as well. So I'd give them a formula in which to do something. And there's a lot of like weird stuff I'm into as well, sort of like off the wall stuff, but it works if you apply yourself to it. And what I found is people would just dismiss it because it's not like, as Beck said, like teachers should adapt to the student. Yes and no, and they shouldn't, because the student should be willing to learn. And if the student's not willing to think outside the box and actually learn something that is being taught to them by someone that's tried it out and had success of it, then why are they even trying to find a teacher in the first place? And yeah, like I've seen so many people teaching and stuff like that, and it's just bollocks. So
I noticed that's the thing in the mystical community is people learn something and then want to go teach it, like as soon as they learn it, without even really like not applying it.
Yeah,
it's
I still learn with my students though as well. Like you're always learning, which is great. And I've had when I do like connective evocations with people, like even on the phone, um, I'm talking to the deity at the same time, and it's great. It's so cool. So yeah, they're telling me stuff about how they can work with people and why they work with people of a certain type, especially like the Saturnian? Is that how you say it?
Yeah,
Saturnian,
Saturn.
yeah, Saturnian deities and stuff like that. They'll be like, nah, fuck this person. Like, get a different, get a different deity in. So, yeah, but yeah, it's quite interesting.
All right, so finally got it working here. Beck says, yet the expectations of the student is for the teacher to know what they learn,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
they learn
I
there
don't
and
really
that.
know how to take that. Like, to be honest, I think there's a lot of like philosophical exploration here by Beck into a student-teacher relationship. But for me, that's detraction. If I think real student-teacher relationships are just purely about learning, and you shouldn't. And this is going to be very Saturnian here. You're putting emotions into it and things that don't belong into a structure that doesn't really hold it. So it's not hard to figure out for me what level someone is at. Yeah, does it really matter? That's the question I'd ask. If you're learning things from that person, then you can apply it to figure out where you're at. A lot of people that come to teachers, I find, don't know where they're at, and that's why they want to find a teacher. So they want to, put natural ability in things. Like Mel's great at astrology. She's probably always been that way, so she needed a structure in order to flourish. I've been pretty great at magic, but I didn't know shit about magic because no one taught me. So as soon as I got the structure to it, I ran with it. But I didn't know where I was at. I knew that I could do it, and Mel probably knew she could do astrology. But yeah, well, yeah, that's what I mean. A good teacher would ask, but 9 times out of 10, the student says, "Well, I don't know where I'm at," and then you do what most people would do is have a conversation, and then you work it out yourselves.
Oh, trying
Depends.
to get Kevin come on now.
Some people
I like what
need.
Leanna said about teaching, learning from people who think outside the box. I like learning from people who think outside the box as well.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely. There's a lot of stuff. If we were to get into a discussion about magical stuff, you mentioned chaos magic. The reason why I love chaos magic is because it is so free flow. It's so organic. It's just amazing. Um, and it says "fuck you" to a lot of dogmas and a lot of structured stuff out there, but it also shows you why it is the way it is and how to improve upon it.
All right. Says browser can't access. Oh, come on, computer, don't do this to me today. All right. Um,
Yeah, simplification is amazing. Like 100% love simplification.
all right. It's saying something else is using my mic, but it shouldn't.
Maybe.
Nope, it's still doing. It's still being a butthole. Oh, I'm scared to. Okay, I'm gonna mute this. So
Dumbing it down isn't a bad thing though. Or simplifying. Not at all. Absolutely not.
I was muted. Sorry about that. Oh, back to there's PayPal, which is fine. Sorry, I didn't know forgot I was muted. There we go. And all right, I'm gonna switch over to my desktop here. Just give just a moment. And we'll get set up to do some readings. All right. And hopefully it doesn't make an echo and
That's cool. Should be all right. Ooh.
oh, okay. It was, I just accidentally all right. So that is my bad.
That really hurt me.
All right, there we go. I forgot to freaking mute the microphone. That's my bad. I'm sorry, everybody's ears. My bad. All right, and just we have my unicorn. my naughty little unicorn over there that absolutely hates me. And all right, thank you.
Amazing.
Oh, all kinds of noises, aren't I? All right, so if you want a reading, just let us know in the comments. And I should be ready to go here in just a moment. Oh, my microphone, my mouse just died on me again. It's a brand new mouse and keyboard, and they both.
Apparently, I'm the only person here now. Hello. I don't even know how to get Mel back in here.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe if I turn my phone up. All right, so my mouse, brand new mouse, brand new keyboard, and they do not like my computer or me. So, oh, I can't get on my desktop. I have to restart the whole thing over again, and then I'm just wasting a lot of time. So if you want to just go ahead and we'll start readings. And I'm so sorry about everybody's ears. My bad. So just email me the Dr. Bill if you start bleeding from the ears or have any of like that. Was that oh God, was that with the ear ringing?
Tinnitus.
Yeah.
I've already sent you a PayPal request, by the way. Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah, Twilight Zone, of course. It can never run smoothly when you're dealing with Melanie. Just see here. I don't want my phone to die, but at least I yeah, I have it plugged into the tower, but it won't reach the backward. All right, so readings. Who are we doing first?
You still here?
All right, so who are we starting with first?
I have no idea.
Oh, I thought maybe no. Okay, so I know Beck wants a reading. I got it to work. I have to start over again.
Yep.
All right. Give me just a moment here. I'm fighting with the unicorn and it's winning.
Okay.
It's literally kicking my ass.
I have about half an hour, by the way, so I don't have too long.
Okay.
You need to mute that.
I did it again.
Yeah.
All right. Is that better?
Yep.
Okay. Can you hear me okay now?
Yep.
Okay, good. I forgot. Okay. So we won't be doing that again. And hold let's check this out. Oh, no. Let's see if we get the camera to turn on. There we go. Ah.
I know, it's scary.
Look at that. I got lipstick all over my face. Look at that. Look like I kissed myself.
I said, see, were you eating it again?
All right. So, Bobby, what are you going to be using cards, or are you going to do energy readings?
I'll do whatever.
You'll do whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So I need you to go grab 3 balls, a pogo stick, and in some music, and I want you to juggle the pogo stick with your eyes closed during traffic. So you do anything.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Why not? Yeah, I'll do all that while my camera's off though. There we go. I'm doing it. I've done it. Hold on, I'm back. That was quick. The Cash App is Mystical Illuminations.
Oh, my hair, like, I hate the pink. All right. So different on the desktop. And there, now I can see the comments. Okay. Again, I'm sorry for everybody's ears. All right, so Andrew, are you going blind on us? So you're going to turn into a Stevie Wonder like Sarah? I'm just going through the comments. All right. So we're starting with Beck. All right, Bob, if you want to go first.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Sure. I'll see what some cards say, and then I'll see if it all comes up. Anyway. Beck was saying something about there was like a payment option problem or something for her. I don't know if she fixed it though.
Let's see here.
Yeah, if you look up on the thing, there's like it says Mel, I'll pay for a reading. I just don't have Cash App.
Yeah. Oh yeah, PayPal. You can do it through PayPal.
Yeah.
Close that. And I forgot that it signed me out of everything when I restarted the computer. All right, there we go. And this. All right. And I guess I can check it on my phone. So we're good. And then who else do we have? Let me go look.
Lana gave Andrea the Cash App.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, Liana, not Lana.
Oh yeah, I can type out the Cash App. Oh, Liana's got it. Okay, thank you, Liana. Yeah, Mystical Illuminations for Cash App, and then or Mystical Illuminations at gmail.com for PayPal. And
cool.
I'm gonna have to send you some goggles, some of those like those goggle glasses, Andrea. All right, so we can go ahead and start with Beck. And Beck, is there
Yeah, sure. I don't know if she's still here. She hasn't said anything about the payment
Okay, let's go
option,
to the
and she
next one.
hasn't
And then
said.
after, okay, so then let's go. We'll go with Andrea.
Yeah, sure. Just switch out. Cool.
Leon, no glasses for reading. Yeah, that's good. All right, so yeah, but yeah, don't send it to me. Send it to the Mystical Illuminations. All right, now Andrea, is there a particular topic? What else? Make sure there's not lipstick on my forehead. Oh my god, like only I would do that. It wouldn't let you. It wouldn't let you. It should. You just type in the email. Um, all right. Well, you know what? Andrew, just send it to me, and then I'll send it to Mystical Illuminations. Hey Shannon. Like we need. I swear to God, every time we need any more fire energy. I'm surprised my lives just don't like. That's probably what's wrong. They are on fire from all the fire signs.
Yeah.
Says, we got Aries, we've got Scorpio with the Sag Moon. Now we got a Leo. We got another Leo. You said just general. You're no fun, Andrea. We should do it like on Love Life. No, I'm just kidding. No, because I already know that Aquarius girl just jump out. So you said general. Okay, and I'll grab my deck. And I wonder why it's not showing it to me. Because I'm looking at the wrong thing. All right, so I'll go ahead and send that. All right, Bobby. Do you want to? We'll start with Andrew. If you want to go first. Oh, I can't hear you, Bobby. Or did Bobby freeze?
So I pulled you a couple of cards a second ago. Basically, like what I spoke of, it's like the theme of it, right? It's just like procrastination, like flat out procrastination, and it's literally like your biggest opposition, if that makes sense. Like when that energy comes in, it's not like that stuff won't come up unless it's a problem. And it's basically how much the media and stuff like that, social media specifically, influences your subconscious, right? It's basically like it's very hard for you to get from you're going and then getting pulled in a DJ.
Oh, Bobby froze. All right, wait for Bobby to come back on. Oh, okay. So for cash, it's under Clearsight Consulting. My bad. Um, well, let's see if he's back. There he is. All right, there you
Sorry,
are.
I'm just spamming you still until you let me back in. You've let me back in. Anyway, so yeah, I was reading Andrea. So basically, it's just going to talk about procrastination and a massive sense and its negative impact on your life. As we were talking about earlier about like overload of opinions and stuff like that. 100% it like full on overload. And it's basically saying that like social media in general is like running your life at the moment. Okay. And that's not good. Because it's basically calling the shots. And I even feel like on a subconscious level, your day-to-day routine, like down to the most basic level, is good. Look at.
Oh, did we lose him again?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. I'm waiting for it to boot him out so I can bring him back on again.
Fuck's sake.
There he is. Oh, here. Here we both froze. Oh, there he goes. All right, so I'm going to just here. There we go.
Okay. If you notice my new name,
Yes, I did. I just noticed that.
yeah, good. Pissing me off. Yeah, so basically, I don't know how much of that you had. So, I have no idea how much of that you had.
All right, so Andrea, what was the last thing that you heard him say before you cut out?
Okay, right. So basically, Andrew, I'm talking now. If you can hear me, let me know in the comments. So I don't say it all again. You not hear it.
Oh,
It's not working. It's being annoying. Oh, there we go. Mel, your mic keeps cutting in and out as well. So
is it my mic?
I don't know. Yeah, it says I'm cutting out so bad, but basically, like you keep cutting out, and then yeah, like it keeps booting me out. So yeah, I don't know.
All right, so okay, now when I'm talking right now, is it staying pretty steady?
Absolutely fine for me. Yeah, it's all good.
All right, give me just a moment here.
No need to apologize. It's just like crap connection. So yeah, it's fine. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you great.
Right, cool. Okay, so I'll do it now. Basically, Andrea, it was about the impact that social media has on you. It's clogging up your subconscious and basically ruining your life, and it's inhibiting your ability to think for yourself. I do feel it has if you look at it energetically, it's like having 100,000 Jeeves from the old Ask Jeeves search engine. Oh, apparently I'm frozen again. Mel, can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Right, cool. I don't know what it is with them then. But yeah, it's like having 100,000 Ask Jeeves or Jeeves running around your house, telling you how to do stuff, what to do. And basically, you're being asked to break out of that and become more adventurous again. Sort of like reclaim you. It's like in regards to advice and stuff from people, the advice will have a certain effect for a period of time. It's like having a painkiller, right? Like the painkiller temporarily numbs the pain or deals with the problem, but then it wears off and you still have to deal with the same thing. There's,
All right, Bobby, you froze. You're still kind of frozen.
I'm not saying
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, I wasn't saying anything because I'm pissed off
Oh.
with the connection. Yeah, so it's basically just like basically procrastination. You're creating thought forms that are influencing your life, and then sort of guiding it in a negative way. The way to break out of this is just be joyous, start doing new things, and stop being so bloody monotonous. There is a problem with this though, is that what you're doing is you're creating these shells in which spirits and stuff can come through, and they're not really cool. Mel's still here. I don't know if she's frozen. She's frozen.
All right, how
I'm
about now?
frozen. No, Mel's frozen.
You're frozen.
Okay.
This is really kind of interesting. Now let me know if you can hear me okay,
There we go.
Andrea.
Well,
You know, my laptop or my desktop is on a Wi-Fi router thing, like wireless. So I'm not ground wired in. So it could be the Wi-Fi
okay,
here.
probably. Yeah.
All right. So
Liana asked if Andrew needs shield better. Not so much shielding. You're creating stuff yourself. It's like
oh, you're cutting out. Maybe if I get off the Wi-Fi, that might help. All right, Bobby, you're frozen again. All right, so we'll wait for him to come back in. However, make sure get back on StreamYard in case I have to. There we go. They're both buffering. All right, waiting for Bobby. The Wi-Fi kicked, so I'm waiting for Bobby to come back on. There you go. I guess I didn't do the ear thing again.
All right.
All right, so while I'm waiting for Bobby, I pulled the Chariot card, which is the card for Cancer. I pulled it reverse. And this card it's a victory card, but usually it's a victory after a long struggle. So the Chariot card is not only just a card of travel, but it's also a card of home, that Cancer energy. So it's like things within the homeland, things at home are not home doesn't feel like home, basically, is what it's saying. And that you're not feeling connected into not only just your energies of yourself, but just the energies around. It's like kind of like displacement of just everything. So it's like needing to ground, needing to reconnect and find that comfort again, because Cancer rules over comfort. I'm trying to see if we can get to see the card that way. Yeah, make sure it's the right direction. Um, all right. There you go. We're looking for you, Beck. Let's see here. Be in the comments. Wait for Bobby still. Hey, Amanda. Yes, I will call you. And then who do we have next after Andrea? Was Liana? Lies. Oh, you're on your way to work. Beck, are you still wanting a reading? Oh. All right, maybe Bobby's having this. She's getting back on. All right, so Beck, I'll go ahead and pull for you. I got the Sun card. So, Sun card, Sun card is about rejuvenation, illuminating. It's about like basically it says it all there. I mean, come on, the Sun rules Leo. It's about things shining bright. A lot of times, see the Sun card is when you're on the right path and things are going in alignment for you. It's also like that, because the Sun card usually has like the picture of the baby on the back of a horse. So it's like that newness, that fun, that just everything. So it's like it's a great confirmation card of. There we go. Great confirmation card. That everything's just shining down on you, just like blessing. So the Sun card is just so you're that naked baby on the back of the horse, just having fun in the sun. So again, like illumination, and it's not just renewal, but just kind of like amplifying into the energies, like kind of like a birthday card. So everything's in an alignment. Right. All right, I was waiting for Beck. Yeah, maybe you're gonna have a baby. I won't speak that over you. I won't do that. I'll save that for Andrea.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, cool. Sorry to jump in. Liana asked about if she needed better protection or shielding or something. It's not really that. If you're creating stuff internally, then control your thoughts. Basically, thought is a very powerful thing, and not enough people give it credit. So yeah, you do amazing stuff with thought alone.
Hey, Brenda, it's been a while. All right, and then after Beck, we had Liana. Are you next? Oh, Brenda, don't you have a birthday coming up, Brenda? I know you're a Scorpio.
Yeah, not just change your thoughts, Andrew. Banishing, lots of banishing, all of the banishings.
Oh, hello. Saying hi to other new people coming in the comments. All right.
Yeah. Sorry, I joined when more people joined. Yeah.
All right.
Banishing's interesting.
Oh,
do you know how to? Sorry, man. Do you know how to banish Andrea?
Andrea does not know how to banish, and that's something that maybe she should learn. 21st, that's right. Oh, Bobby, Beck wants to know, are you gonna read back? Beck is was after Andrea, and then
Yeah, sure. What was that? Yeah, so I can't remember what I was reading. I'll look again, really. What's that? It's my last reading. Wow.
oh, froze again there.
No, I'm still here.
Okay.
Yeah, so Beck, a lot of yours is I'd say self-deception in a way. I was gonna say, if I was gonna point out a particular avenue to explore, is definitely shadow work, and that can't be stressed enough. It's like I'm seeing it as a game of Mario, basically, and there's parts of you that are all Princess Peach, and they're locked inside their little castles, waiting to be free by a bunch of plumbers. And if you look at that in regards to shadow work, plumbing, the nitty gritty stuff that no one wants to deal with, is pretty apt. But there is a hesitancy to start that journey, because exactly, when stuff happens, Italian plumbers, Mario, it's a Mario analogy there. Um, when you start that journey, it seems that the real world sort of matches what's happening around you. So you might go, right, I want to do some shadow work, and then something will crop up and it will just throw you into a state where you can't deal with it, which holds you a bit of a standstill. But you need to declare that you want to do this, basically, all right? Because it's almost like I want you to do journeying or something, and just see how low you're turned down, like how low your music, like your manifestation, your energy is turned down, and how loud everyone else is turned up. And when this happens, when you at the same time, because it be more vulnerable than strong. All right. So yeah. Um,
All right. Are you still there with us? Oh, think about it. Oh, nope, there he is. Okay. Okay. So you're moving. Oh, and I lost him. Damn it. Okay. Give him a minute here. Yep, hasn't get back to that yet. Oh, you're welcome. There he is. All right.
So, am I in? What's going on? Finally, oh my god. Right, so like my laptop's going super weird. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, hear you very well.
Cool. Did you hear what I said to Beck?
That's not the last part before you cut out. Sorry, I'm getting rid of the spammer.
Oh, okay. It was basically like shadow work and stuff. Yeah, loads of shadow work and stuff to do, and taking the time to do it properly. Dealing with like the anger issues and stuff that come up around it, because it detracts from the actual work itself. But yeah.
Yes, I know you're not a spammer.
Again, but I have to go. Basically, I'm over.
All right. Are you still there with us? Oh. So I'm typing let's see, did we lose him again? No, not yet. Liana. All right, so we lost him again. All right, so we'll go. So we have Liana next. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to go. Let's see here. Oh my god, I gotta mute myself. There we go. Sorry about that. I was like, one more time for the road. I'm sitting here talking to them muted. Oh yeah, Bobby has to go. But I'm gonna get him to do another live with me. So this is like weird because I usually don't go live like this early in the day, but with the the time difference. So sorry about that. Yeah, you missed it. You missed it, Steph. I was blowing out everybody's eardrums earlier. So got Liana next, and then if anybody else after Liana, let me know. I think so for the Cash App, it's ClearSight Consulting, and for PayPal, it's you can send it to the PCR at gmail.com. So Liana, for you, I'll pull two cards for you since Bobby had to go. I want to tell Bobby that he owes you. Maybe send you in private chat. So Liana got the Moon card, reverse. So the Moon card, this is a card of illusion. It's a card for Pisces. It's also a card stating that things are not as they seem, and that there are some hidden energies. So within the moonlight, there's still some things within the shadow. So there's like there's some things that are being hidden. It's like somebody not being fully. I guess somebody is not who they are trying to present themselves to be. Basically, so it's a card of illusion. So Liana, and then I'm gonna pull a second one for you since Bobby had to go. And the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune, and it's not reversed. So the Wheel of Fortune. So some abundance. There's some good things coming in, some new energies. So now abundance, it doesn't always necessarily mean cash or money, but it could be abundance of energy, it could be abundance of information, abundance of knowledge. But there's going to definitely be some good things coming your way. It's going to definitely not only just be aligned, but it's going to be something that you're going to need, and you'll be thankful for it. So, yeah, you could thank Pluto for that, Pluto and Scorpio for that, Matt. All right. So, all right. So let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, Mars retrograde in June. That's gotta be fun. All right, so I'm gonna pull one here for you, the free one, free stuff, and I'm gonna and I just want to send my condolences, and I'm really sorry. My heart goes out to you. Sorry for your. Oh, today's good. Just gotta be one of those days. I mean, it's just too surreal for you today. So for those who don't know, Steph's grandmother passed away. So I'm here if you need me. Hey, Sherry. Yeah, missed it. I was live with Bobby, but Bobby had to go. I'm going to pull one more card and then get off here. We've been on for a couple hours. All right, so Steph. Oh, got the Two of Swords. That's you, all the way Aries, just in opposition with somebody. No, this is something, I think it's more about you and not so much somebody else. So Two of Swords reverse. So like, it's like battling two different things in your head, battling two different decisions, two different choices, it's like which road to take, which one that you should grasp onto, which one you should let go. So it's about making a choice, but sometimes you can, if you make the right choice, sometimes both those choices, both those decisions can align together. But this card is telling you that you do make a decision, and then you need to stick with it and stay on that path. So, and stop fighting with yourself about it, and choose and stand firm in it. So, all right, only one more before I go, Sherry, because Sherry's always good to me. She's great. She's pulled a Pisces card, and then here comes double Pisces. And I'm gonna get off here, but all right. So Sherry, we got the Two of Cups. So this is about Two Cups. So it's like a separation or wanting to come into union. It's like you need to connect with people. You need to connect with people more. You need to have that not only just like means of mind and energy, but you need to bond. You need somebody that you can have like that bonding energy with, that connected energy with. Two of Cups reverse. So that's something that you're needing. So normally we say, oh, go out there and make friends, but then that's so easy with a bunch of cycles in the world. But definitely you need to stay connected with people. You need to stay involved. So it's very beneficial for you. Because I think there's a time like where you should not be in a lot of solitude, even though Pisces need solitude. This is a time where you shouldn't keep yourself tucked away. So, all right, with that, I'm going to get off here. I got some things to do. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to get Bobby to come on again. Hopefully we won't have any connection issues. And, well, no, that's a lie. Technical issues is pretty much my middle name, right? So, all right, you guys have a good day. And I'll try to go through the comments and respond back to anybody that asked questions that I didn't answer. And you can always private message Bobby too for session. So, there you guys.